Yo, what's happening, people? Man like Alpha,
Man like Mr. Mac.
and together we are Heirs to the Road.
There's to the road.
Don't know. We're out here doing album reviews. I'm gonna kick it off with man like Skepta, the album Konnichiwa, like bad boy album. So Mac, what you saying
Do you know what? Like,
overall?
it's a decent album, but it's not my cup of tea. Like, I think where Skepta's break through that door now, like he's there, he's on everyone's TVs, people speaking about Skepta now. He's just not the same guy for me anymore. I still hear the same beats from back in the day, which is good because he's brought that with him. But I don't know. I wasn't really a big Skepta fan back in the day. I preferred him when he was a producer than an MC. But that's just me, and that's just my opinion.
Like for me, like I think I kind of agree with you. It's a good album, and I mean for the time and the space where we're at now, within the music, like grime, it it's doing bits, man. There are some real solid bangers on this album. Some real solid bangers. Like if we talk about tunes like Man,
Yeah,
Man is a bad boy tune.
yeah. I feel that it's gritty.
Like, trust me, you get
gritty.
that feeling that you're just there, you're in some dingy rave.
Yeah.
Like, it's just gassed. It's just gassed. It's just out of here. The only thing that I find with the album is that he's got kind of one flow throughout the whole album.
But I find that with a lot of his albums, it's just that one flow. But what he's clever with is that he's clear. He's to the point. All his bars, you know how he's gonna rhyme. You know more or less what he may say at the end of his bar. Like it's catchy and it's clear, and it is just on flow. But that is Skepta. That's what's made him.
Yeah, man. Trust me. But yeah, talking of like the catchiness, like if you look at the singles that came off the album, we've got Shutdown. That's Not Me. Two of the biggest tunes of this year. Like everywhere you go, everywhere you see, and it's shut down. That's Not Me, or nah, that's not me. Like seriously, like what he's the way that I interpret what he's trying to say is that he's come on a journey with those two tunes from grime back in the day, and that's probably where you're saying that he's kind of you feel a little bit different about the album compared to where it was before. But they done well. Like those two tunes, That Not Me got to what 21 in the charts, I think.
Something like that.
And Shutdown got to 39 in the charts, which is pretty powerful.
See now, let me ask you, like, That's Not Me. Do you prefer the original or the remix?
I prefer the album version.
Yeah.
Like, I do prefer the album version, especially like Jamie just came on the track and done Jamie. Big Jamie fan. Yeah, man. Yeah, I prefer the album. What about you?
Yeah, I prefer. I don't know. Like, Boy Better Know. They are individuals with great talent. Skepta, Jammer, Frisco, Shorty, Max, all of them lot, Solo, the lot, all individuals in their own way, and they all be creative in their own way. And I think for me, Skepta is at that forefront for Boy Better Know. So he's doing what
He's
he's
like
got
the
to
lead
do.
singer of the band.
He is, yeah.
He's
yeah,
Eminem thing.
yeah, basically. And like, he's been consistent with his mixtapes, albums, whatever you want to call them. But I think I've just got bored. It's just a bit too comfortable. It's just the same flow with him all the time. Not to hate on him at all. I just think for me, I just want to see him do something a bit different. Like, and for me, out of all of them, the one who brings me enjoyment and makes me laugh is Jammer, because he's so comical.
Yeah.
He's always giving me excitement, and I could just sit there.
So
and
like
laugh.
on the tune Detox,
See,
like,
now,
where you just come with that Jammer hype, and you just can imagine his dreads just in the studio,
fully.
dreads swinging, it's
Fully.
like, on the table.
Yeah,
Like
100%.
I get
I
you.
hear that. And that's the thing. Like Detox off that album is one of my favorites, because like when I hear the beat drop, like I'm just like, do you know what I'm saying? I'm like,
It's got that
and
sub
like
low.
for me, the first artist I wanted to hear on that was probably Jammer. And when I hear him come in at the end, I was like, yeah, he done his thing. So I don't know. What are you feeling of that album?
Do you know what? Yeah. On paper, the album is banging, right? Because if you look at like some producers, got tunes on there with Pharrell, that Numbers tune, like beat is sick, very Skepta, like the chorus is decent. But then if you look at tunes like It Ain't Safe on the Block with ASAP Brer, like I don't know, but Skepta's kind of always had that kind of American influence. Like he's always done that kind of American style thing. That tune was alright. If you look at the best tune on the album, Konnichiwa, in my opinion, the intro track is sick. The female vocalist, like looking for me, and then man just comes in with that heavy hitting beat, and then the bars, he just skips all over it. And initially you think, Skepta, you have murked it, like, and then there's the bit where you got that kind of trappy flow, and it's like about MC Hammer, they can't touch me. That's a permanent mark on the road, you can't smudge me. That is trademark Skepta. That is Skepta to the fullest.
See, now with that first track, fully agree with you. Like with me, like just the beat, how it was built itself, like you get that oriental sort of vibe about it, because obviously Konnichiwa being Japanese and all that, you get that vibe, the way it just comes in, you can hear like the water in the background, all that. It is hard.
It is
hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sitting there thinking,
and it comes in like doom 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 doom, and it's got that Skepta sound, that trust me. And then he just comes in with some heavy bars in his voice, everything. That tune is bad. And then like you move down to lyrics, right? And he's got the intro with Bushkin telling them, man, they don't want to hear grime. We don't want to hear you, like, because at the time, like back then when grime kind of first started to emerge, the garage scene didn't really want it, even though it came off the back of it, because it used to cause problems and all of that stuff. Like, and it's good, man. And then Novelist came in on that tune and done his bit. Novelist done his bit on that tune. I'll be honest with that. Then you got Corn on the Curb, like with a poem at the beginning. Like I got the poem at the beginning, like every day we be struggling, like gotta keep surviving, and that, like, it's real for certain people, especially when they come from a certain place. Like it's got the usual Skepta kind of feeling to it, again with the same lyrics, and that's, I get what you mean when you say like it kind of just sounds like he's just being Skepta. And then you got the phone call with Chip, where you get like at the end of it, where it's like Skepta's vulnerabilities and stuff. Like he's like he feels like he's in a space where he's not sure what's going on, like how he's supposed to behave or whatever, because he's up there, and you got certain people looking at him one way, and you got like the other side looking at him in the other way. Like, and it's deep because I can't even remember. There was a tune before called Big, from one of his previous. So you want to make it big? You think you like what you see? And he's talking that it almost sounds like a depressive in the song, and I think he's still carried still trying to
that.
Alright, and then you got the crime rhythm, right? So this one, right? It's quite funny actually. Like he's telling the story that he goes raving. Like the concept. No, do you know what? Yeah, I think what you were saying initially, right, about the album and that, I think it's quite good, man. Because he's you can tell he's taken a lot of time.
Broken it down.
Like the story in this tune is funny. Like, I mean, the beat's alright. It's a bit. The story is good. The only bit I didn't get was the outro, where I think he's playing that online. Playing a game online and that with some American guy. It's like, hey, you're a scumbag. Right. He's like, come to London, I'll come find you. Like, but I think what it is, like, a lot of people in America think that UK is not really about it.
No, they don't.
Like, they don't really.
They don't.
So they try to mug us off.
Yeah, fully.
So Yeah, I think he's just
they think it's all tea and crumpets out here.
Trust me.
Tea and crumpets. I'm telling you.
Like, so I think that's kind of the thing. But then also what I think he's trying to get across as well is that we're not really seeking the US validation anymore.
No.
Like, because if you're doing things properly, they will come and find you.
Yeah.
Like, and Skepta, a perfect example. Like, he's got Drake, obviously he's Canada, but certifying his thing. Like, it's a powerful move. It is a powerful move for the UK. We've got Ladies Hit Squad.
Whew. See, now that tune there, yeah. When I saw the video, I was like, yeah, I'm feeling this. It's like everyone's just there on a nice mellow vibe, chilling, doing whatever they've got to do in the club and that. And for me, the one who stole it from me was D Double. Like
D Double just came on and just done what D Double does. You can't put a word on it to describe it. He just done D Double.
Yeah.
It's who.
That's it.
Me.
And that's it.
And that's it. Like, if you're like a true grime fan or whatever, you know that those two words can just make a whole dance
go mad.
Like,
fully.
So he done him. Again though, with Skepta, his bars are pretty good.
Yeah.
But it's the flow. It's still very hard, even though he's talking about women and talking about being nice. But then I don't know Skepta, so maybe he's like that with the women.
Yeah.
Like, very much himself, which again you can't take away from him. Then and Ladies Hit Squad though, the only thing is I would say is that the chorus, it just sounds like a bit of like a Drake reject. But we're talking numbers on this album, like it sold nearly 90,000 records, which is silver for like a UK independent artist. It's pretty powerful.
Good, it's good. That's good to do it off his own back as well. Like you said, you know, no record label, done it himself. They all done it themselves.
Yeah, with his team, with his family.
Respect
like, so yeah, man. And not to mention, like, literally one of the most important things, he is a Mercury Award winner, like, which is powerful. Like,
not many have won that award.
Not many have won it. Like, Dizzy. And I think for a generation, this album is probably as important as the Dizzy album because it's a grime album that's made it in the mainstream.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Mac, for you, what is your rating on Skepta's Konnichiwa album?
After considering everything about the album, the way it's been broken down, what he's trying to get across, and you know, him and his flow and his message, you know, I'll give it a good solid 7 out of 10. A good 7 out of 10, you know.
I'll give it a 7. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking about 7.5, but yeah, we can settle on a 7 out of 10.
700.
Skepta, you got 7 A's on this one. So that's it for this episode. Let us know what you think. Let us know what you want us to review. Make sure you hit like. Make sure you hit subscribe.
Comment, all that.
Flood it. Just
comment.
Retweet. Whatever it is that you do, put it on. Send it to your mum.
Fully.
Like, let your mum watch us.
Yeah.
And your uncle, your auntie, all of that. All right. From Alpha, gone.
Mac, out.